Okay, good morning class. So at this point you guys have answered for homework from the grade 9, the first paper of November on page 199. Is that correct? Okay. So you had to do up until question 5. Okay. So we are told that in question 1, simplify without the use of a calculator. So without the use of a calculator to simplify this here, it will simply be negative cube is going to be negative 3 cube, 27. X to the exponent 2 times 3, 6. Y 3 times 3. Okay, any confusion here? See the confusion here? The next one. What's the square root of 9? 3. The square root of x minus 2 all squared. X minus 2. Square root of y squared? Y 4. Any issues there? But this can be simplified further, not so? How can we simplify here? You need to multiply this out. The same thing here can be written as 3y squared into x minus 2. Multiply that out, you could have gotten 3xy squared minus 6y squared. Not so? Look at the first one, nothing else could have happened. You would agree with that? Any confusion? The textbook's answer is actually this one here. For some reason or other, they didn't go simplify it further. Sorry? You did it wrong. What did you do? In the exponent inside the bracket. Never do that, it's dangerous. So you wrote 9 into x squared minus 4 y 4 the square, like that. There's already a problem. You must never do what you did. If you want to multiply it out, what do? We write the bracket out twice and we multiply it. It's not going to be the right step that you would have done there, but that is another common made error by many learners. Okay? In that case also you're not simplifying the sum. In question 1.3, what is 2 root 7 squared? What is 2 squared? 4. What is the square root of 7 squared? Square root of 49, which is what? 7 minus. Can I take the square root of 100? Which is 10 minus 6, which is 4. Can we do that? No. Whenever there's a plus or minus between it, we must first add or subtract. Do you agree with that? So, what is 100 minus 36?
64.
64. I'm going to give you 64. What's 4 times 7? 28. What's the square root of 64? 8. What's 28 minus 8?
20.
Any issues here? Any confusion? Look at the next one. Okay. So, we'll sort out the square first. Not so? So it's going to be negative 2. What's negative 3 squared? Positive. Negative squared is positive. 9x. What's 2 times 2? 4. What's negative times positive? 2 times 9? 18x. Okay. You all agree with that? Let's look at the next one. 1.5. You got x squared y to the minus 1, all raised to the power 3, right, with positive exponents. In this case, I said indices. As we know, indices exponents. Not so. Right? So what you need to do first is to multiply the exponent. So it will be x, 2 times 3 is y, negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. So as you can see, that's naturally over 1. Because this exponent is negative, where must it go? To the bottom. So it's going to give you x6 over y cubed. Any confusion there? Next one. What needs to be done first here? Write the positive exponents. So these bases are the same, those bases are the same. Not so? So where's there more x's on top or at the bottom? There's only 2 at the bottom, so that 2 goes to the bottom. Where's there more x's on top or at the bottom? No, if you look here, here's negative 4, negative 1. Negative 1 is closer to the 0. Negative 1 is more positive than negative 4. Or you can say negative 4 is smaller than negative 1. You all understand? Any confusion there? So where's there more x's? At the bottom. So it's going to be negative 1 minus 4 becomes plus 4. Not so? So it's minus 1 minus 4, which is plus 4. Where's there more y's? We have y cubed on top and a y at the bottom. So it's y, 3 minus 1 is 2. Not so? It will be y squared over 2x cubed. Now say you, or that kind of girl who took the y up. The x exponent up. So if you take it up, it becomes, the 2 remains at the bottom of course. X negative 4, that's minus 1 comes up, becomes plus 1. Y 3 minus 1, which is that one. So you get x minus 3, y squared over 2. Not so? But we should note that this is a negative exponent here. So that they have to go down anyway. Not so? So it's going to be y squared over 2x cubed. So it's the same thing. Any confusion at this point? No. So if you're not copying also, no? Have you done your homework? You done it, okay, good. So you're just doing corrections. People, if you're just copying from the board, you are wasting your time. Okay? You are wasting your time. So you're not learning anything. Right, question 2. Simplify. So what must we do here? Get rid of the brackets, multiplying. So that's going to give you 6a squared. What's negative 2a squared times a? Negative 2a cubed. What's negative 2a times negative 5? Positive 10. So what do we do now? Like this. So 6a squared plus 10a squared. 16a squared minus 2a cubed. Or negative 2a cubed plus 16a squared. Either one. I'm not going to write it many times, but if it's given in that order, the first case or the second case, you're going to give a full mark. Remember that the sign is part of the term. There is no sign here, that's why there's a plus. Can you see that? I couldn't have dropped this negative y, because y? The state of that is negative. Okay. Any confusion here?
No, sir.
No. Okay. 1.2. What's going to be done here? Get rid of the brackets, multiplying. So what is 2x squared times x? 2x cubed. What is 2x squared times negative 5? Negative 10x squared. What's x times 3x squared? Did I give you? 3x cubed. What's x times negative 2? Are there any like terms? Yes, many. No, only one set. No, one pair. That one and that one's like terms. So what is 2x5 plus 3x5? 5x 6. You all agree with that? No. Why not? Adding and subtracting the variables stay the same. Okay, just don't say yes for everything. Stranger tell you get in his car, what you gonna do? Just say yes. No, you don't get. Otherwise, there's gonna be one less maths paper for me to mark. Don't worry. Huh? After I show a picture of you, who you are, you can't tell me Susan went missing. Remember Susan sitting here somewhere? No. Oh, my word. I just said yes for the video's sake. Right? 2 and 3. People, 2 and 3. What do you do first? Multiply, get rid of the brackets. Not so. How many terms are here? 2. Also known as what? Binomial. So 2 times 3x, 2x times 3x, 6x squared. 2x times negative 2, negative 4x. 1 times 3x, 3x. 1 times negative 2, minus x times x, x squared. X times 5, 5x. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times 5, negative 3. You all agree with that? It's wrong. Brackets is, why must you have a bracket? More than one term following a negative sign. That negative here. The common made error with learners multiply and they don't subtract. Or they do it in the head, they multiply the negative in with the FOIL. No? The distributive law. But then they mess up here with one of these terms. Okay? And there is people who do it with no errors. Okay. You guys understand? Yeah. So what do I do now? What do I do now? Multiply the negative. Or what else could we have done? We could have added the like terms, which is that and that one. No? But the call was first to get rid of the brackets, so let's just get rid of the brackets. No problem. So that's going to give you 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 2 minus x squared minus 5x plus 3x plus 50. Now what? Now what do we do? Sorry? Like terms is negative, 6x squared, negative x squared. Negative 4x plus 3x minus 5x plus 3x. And negative 2 and 50. A lot of like terms there, not so? So what is 6x squared minus x squared? 5x squared. Remember, if there's nothing, there's a 1 in front. You're adding or subtracting, the variables stay the same. That's why it's going to be x squared. What is negative 4x plus 3x? Negative x. Negative x minus 5x? Negative. How can it be negative 4x? You got negative 4 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Negative 1. Negative 1 minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 6. Negative 6 plus 3. Negative 3. Then negative 3x. Guys understand? Yes. Negative 2 plus 15. Positive. Any issues here? Confusion? Two point 1.4. 2.1.4. How many terms are there? 2 terms. What separates terms? Plus and minus signs. Okay. So what are we going to do with the first term? Can I say it's 2x minus 3, which is 4x squared minus 9? Can't say that. You can rather say x squared plus 9 because our negative 3 all squared is 9. Not so? Still no. It's a binomial, it's 2 terms. You can't do that. What are we supposed to be doing? Write it out twice. So it's 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3, plus. Can I multiply this out here? Yes. So 5x times 5x? 25x squared. What's 5x times 2? 5x times 2? 10x. Negative 2 times 5x? Negative 10x. Negative 2 times 2? Okay. Next year we're going to look at the shorter rules, how we're going to do these things, okay? But for now, just follow the set I've shown you. Okay? So what do I do now in the next step? Let's multiply these brackets out here, not so? On the side, I can add those like terms. And if you didn't simplify that, it's fine. Okay? So what do I write here? Negative 2. Brackets, why a bracket? Because the 2 must still also be multiplied out, not so? So I'm going to simplify this here now. So that's going to give you 4x squared. What is 2x times negative 3? Negative 6x. Negative 3 times 2x? Negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3? Positive 9. What's 10x minus 10x? Cancel. So what do I do now? Multiply the negative 2. Get rid of the square brackets. Again, it's distributive law. So negative 2 times 4x squared. Negative 8x squared. Negative 2 times negative 6 plus 12x. Negative 2 times negative 6x positive 12x. Negative 2 times 9 negative 18 plus 25x squared minus 4. So what do I do now? Like terms. Negative 8x squared, 25x squared. 12x, 12x. Negative 18, negative 4. Not so? Which gives us negative 8x squared plus 25x squared, 17x squared. What is 12x plus 12x? Minus 18 minus 4. People, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks in the assignments. 5 marks. Some of us don't even get 5 out of 50 for the exams, no? Am I right? Or is that in the other class?
It's changed this year, sir.
Sorry? Oh, they changed this year, okay. I'm sure it's one of the class. At least it's not your class, okay. Right. 2.2. Divide 6x cubed plus 5x squared minus 5x minus 3 by. People, we didn't do this. Not so. You skipped it. No problem, but I'm not going to skip it. Because maybe it's later on somebody that watches this video Would like to have seen how this is being done. Okay. Here, the divisor is 2x. You divide by 2x plus 1. So you got 6x cubed plus 5x squared minus 5x minus 3. So the question we ask ourselves, what must be multiplied by 2x to give you 6x cubed? And the answer is 3x squared. Not so? The 3x squared times 2x is 6x cubed. 2x squared times 1 is going to give you 3x squared. So what do we do now? Change the signs on the line. So it becomes 6x cubed minus 6x cubed cancel. That's what we want. 3x squared minus 3x squared is 2x squared. Bring down the negative 5x. Okay. So we ask ourselves again, what must be multiplied by 2x to give us 2x squared? And the answer is 2x. Not so. That's 2x. Not 2x. No. This is x. Not so. So x times 2x, 2x squared. X times 1 is x. Okay? So what do we do now? Change the signs in the line. So 2x squared minus 2x squared cancel. That's what we want. Minus 5x minus x is minus 6. So what do I do now? Bring down the negative 3. For those of you who does maths for fun, do the sums. It's nice. Sorry? Already confused. No problem. We didn't do this yet. But do you do maths for fun? Don't lie.
Yes, I have an app, sir.
You ever an app?
Yes.
Okay. But this we do in grade 12. That's it. No? But you see, when many years ago, this was in grade 9. So the grade 9s complained and they cried. So they took it out. So they made every year the syllabus, or every time they reviewed the syllabus, make it a bit easier. And easier and easier. Yes, Michael?
So now if you get a sum like that.
You will never get the sum like this.
Yes, sir, but in the future, do we have to do long division or can we do short division?
Whichever one you decide. The more common process used is the short division. Like I did on the other side yesterday. Yes.
So
Short.
I'm going to have this as division.
Sorry?
Oh, grade 12, no?
Are you getting 12? No. Grade 9. Okay, so what? Multiplied by 2x is 6, negative 6x. Negative 3. So it's going to give you negative 6x, negative 3. So what do you do? Change the signs of the line. Bang, bang. Gone. There we go. Here?
I do geometry for fun.
Sorry?
I do geometry for fun.
You're doing geometry for fun? I do the same. Geometry is my favorite. After trigonometry and after algebra and after... Everything is my favorite. No? Yes.
So I like to grade 8 geometry than the
Grade
grade 9.
8?
Grade 9.
Grade 8 is boring.
Yeah. So I
It's too easy.
love it.
Don't you like the challenge where you don't know what's going on?
No.
Right, here we go, people. Write down all the numbers which satisfy the conditions given below. Write down all the numbers. Okay. So natural numbers are what? Starts at 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So the natural numbers less than 3. It's going to be 2 and 1. Can it be 3? No. Why not? Not inclusive. Let's just say less than. So it can't be 3. So the answer therefore is 1 and 2. Then it says, the next question. Looks like I'm going to run out of space. Next question, integers. What are integers? Positive and negative? Whole numbers. So whole numbers there, that's normally whole numbers, and the negative numbers as well. Not so? So, if I must write this, so it will be -3, -4 and so on. No? So it says, it must be greater than -4. Can it be -4? Can it be -4? No. Can it be -3? Yes. Can it be -2? Yes. Can it be -1? Yes. Can it be 0? Yes. 1? 2? Yes. You see there's an equal sign there. So it's inclusive of that 2. You guys understand? There's no equal sign under the 4, -4, so I don't put that in. So the numbers is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. I like this question, it's a nice one. No? Right, you guys understand?
Yes.
Right. Dat is die volgende enetjie doen. Represent the following on a number line. Are we going to be tested on these sums in your exam? No. Okay. We'll do it next year again. No. You're not going to do maths next year. Each and every one of you must do maths next year. Don't waste your time. Why are you shaking your head, Michael?
I'm doing better.
For what? How are you going to become a maths teacher with maths lit? She did say?
No.
Now, what would you like to become?
Me, I don't know.
Listen, I'm going to tell you now something. If, and as I'm being serious now, if you're honestly sure that you don't know what you want to become, then do maths. I'm going to tell you why. Because
most jobs need to.
there we go. Industry needs pure people that need pure maths. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, now you decide, hey, I want to become a chartered accountant. And you grade 12, now you must go back and you must go redo maths. Or you decide you want to become a doctor, so you redo maths. You want to do something in the engineering fields. You want to become an electrical engineer or civil. You must go do maths again. So why waste your time now? If you're not sure, do maths. It's going to be better for you. Okay? And we're going to miss you when you're gone. Yes, okay. Represent the following on the number line. This is my motivational speech for the year now. People, did I give you one yesterday also?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm giving you many in a row now.
Yeah.
It's a surprising myself. Right. People, the exit element of integers. What are integers? Positive and negative. No. Not so. That's listed early on. So if it's less than 5, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1, -2, and so on. So if it says x is less than 5, does it have an open or closed circle at 5? It's an open circle. Open means excluding. If there was an equal sign there, I would have shaded the circle. Can you see that? 4, is it closed or open? Closed. All of this will be inclusive now. Can you see that? Because as long as it's less than 5, it is these numbers. Now put the arrow to indicate that is going to carry on forever. Am I right?
Yes.
No, I'm wrong. What am I doing wrong? Read the inequality. X must be greater than 5, or x must be more than 5. Is that more than or less than? That's less than. What's wrong with you guys? Well, you did the same thing. Okay, now I don't feel so bad. You see? So that is, let's make this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So 5 will have open or closed circle. Open. 6, close. 7, close. 8, close. That in the arrow indicates it's going all the way to infinity. Okay? Verstaan julle? People, listen, we need a lot of, there's a lot of jobs available for people that want to become maths teachers? How many of you want to become maths teachers? Nobody? Ali.
Sir, can I please get some chili?
So it's just stated. Sorry? What's that? Is there any flaps or anything? Just stay there.
Okay,
Don't touch my stuff.
Sorry. Sorry, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, what do you say?
That's 9.
Sorry?
That's 90.
90. B. B. I
9.
told you, 9B.
She's 9.
Oh, I don't know. Is that our school? Oh, I didn't even know. Okay, but anyway. People, X is an element of all real numbers. So in this case, I'm going to have a solid bar. Okay? The reason for that is because if it's real numbers, it can be any value, as long as the number exists. Not so. But we are given the restriction over the inequality. X has to be, read the inequality. X has to be less than or equal to. So negative 2 is important, and 1,5 is important. Not so? So we say X must be less than and equal to negative 2. Will it have an open or closed circle at negative 2? Negative 2. Closed. It's inclusive of. But we're saying that X is less than negative 2. So do we go to the right, left, or do we go to the right? We go to the right side. Why? Why right? It says, if we look at this here, this is X is more than or equal to negative 2. Can you see that? On this side, if you got the 1 here, 2, 0. If I'm looking at 1, is 2 more than 1? Huh? Yes. So this is the more than direction. Can you see that? What do you notice in this direction? 0 and 1. Girls, come now. Is 0 more than or less than 1? Less than. Or 1 is more than 0. Can you see that? So if we go in this direction, it will be the less than direction. Does it make sense? So, is this correct? Of course not. Okay. So, we're saying that X is less than negative 2. At 1.5, would it have an open or closed circle? Open. So we say X must be more than. So it's in that direction. Okay? And this is your X bar here, of course. The next question, we are told to write in scientific notation. If you write something in scientific notation, there must be one number in front of the comma other than 0. And this number in this case is going to be the 3. So we're going to move the comma 1, 2, 3 units. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have to put the 3 zeros there? No. Does it have no place value? Whoops. And how many units did I move the comma by? 3. So it's going to be minus 3. If you move the comma to your left, to your right, it will be negative. You move it to the left, it will be positive. You guys understand? The next question is question 4. Our favorite. They ask us to factorize. What type of factorization here? Dots, difference of 2 squares. So what do we get? 3x plus 2y 3x. Or you could have had 3x minus 2y and then 3x plus 2y. It's the same thing. Right. Let's look at the next one. What type of factorization here? Trinomial factorization. Okay? There's no common factor there. No? So what are the factors here? On the side of the value, we're going to put the factors up. 1. So it's 1 and 1. On the side, we put the factors up. 12, which is 1 and 12. 2 and 6. 3 and 4. Do we add or subtract our factors? Subtract. Why? So the last term is negative. So 1 times 12 is 12. 1 times 1 is 1. Subtract it, you get 11. What are we looking for? 1. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. You subtract it, you get 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract it, you get 1. But that is what I want. There's a 1 and a 3 in a bracket. A 1 and a 4 in a bracket. Not so? Here's m squared. So it's 1m and a 3. 1m and a 4. What about our signs? 1 plus, 1 minus is. The bigger one is going to be minus. If this had to be a plus, then the bigger one had to be a plus. Not so? So the bigger one must be minus, there's minus. The bigger product, and there's your plus. Okay. Any confusion? No. Look at the next one. What type of factorization? 4.1.3. Again, trinomial. Okay? What goes on the line? 1 and 1. 1 and 10. As I said, some of you can do it, do this factorization without looking. And without drawing this product line. Not without looking. No? But we are doing this so that when this comes next year around, you know the rules, you've dealt with it already. Okay? So it's 1 and 10, 2 and 5. Do we add or subtract our factors? Add it. So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. You add it, you get? And that's what I want. Not so? So it's going to be a 1 and a 2 in a bracket. A 1 and a 5. This is x squared. So here goes x and an x. What about our signs? Will it be same signs or different signs? Same signs. Why? The last term is positive. Whenever the last term is positive, like here positive, positive. Whenever the last term is positive, the signs will always be the same. So it's negative times a negative in this case. It's going to be positive. It will take the sign of the middle term. You all okay with that? Okay. Let's look at question 4.1.4. So you've got 3b cubed minus 15b squared plus 18b. Can happen here? Common factor of 3b. Remember, common factor overrides all type of factorization. Okay? We take 3b out, what do we left with? B squared minus 5b plus 6. What do you notice? What's inside that bracket now? Trinomial. Again, trinomial factorization. You see how important trinomial factorization is? Right, so what goes here? The factors of 1 is 1 and 1. And here, on the side, factor of 6 is 1 and 6, 2 and 3. We add or subtract our factors. This will be add them. You see as a plus. Add them. So 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. We're looking for 5. 1 times 3 is 1 times 2 is 2. You add it, you get. So it's a 1 and a 2. A 1 and a 3. Okay. So it's b squared, so it's going to be a b and a b. 1b, what do you mean? What about our signs? Both is the same, so it's minus. Sorry? Sorry? Remember this is plus. So both is plus or both is minus. Because that is minus, both is going to be minus. Okay? Sorry? If the last term is positive, the signs will be the same. Both must be plus or both must be minus in the bracket. But because the middle term is minus, both is going to be minus. If the middle term had to be plus, then both would have been plus as well. People, what do you notice about question 4.1.5? You got a common factor. What's your common factor here? A plus B. Did I have to swap this around first? Why not? A plus. If it was a minus, then I had to swap it around. And if I swap it around, what's going to happen? A negative comes up. So what are we left with? X squared minus. What do you notice about the second bracket here? There's a common factor, difference of two squares, dots. So it gives us x plus y, x minus y. Yes?
I cancelled the A plus B.
You cancelled it.
Yes, and then with.
How can you cancel?
Wait, I cancelled.
You must take out the common factor. They can't cancel. No, they can never cancel. The only time they can cancel if you got 2x squared minus 2x squared plus 2x. You see that cancels. Or if you have negative 2 into x minus y squared plus 2 into x minus y squared. That cancels. Or you got x squared into a plus b minus x squared into a plus b. That cancels. Why? Because they're all like terms. Can you see that? But if you put the y here, well, y squared, are they like terms? Can they cancel? No. You understand? You have the confusion? Anyone else? No? People, 4.1.6. What needs to be done first here? Swap this around. Not so? So it's going to become x minus 2y, m minus n. If I swap this around, negative comes up, making that negative a positive. Not so? Now what? Is a common factor m minus n. What are we left with? X minus 2y. If we take it out, I'm left with x minus 2y. If I take this out, I'm left with positive y. Not so? Maybe that is why you're cancelling. Because you see me doing this. This means to say I've taken that out. Now I haven't cancelled. Understand, Michael? What do you notice inside this bracket? It's another common factor, but there's like terms that needs to be added. So it's m minus n and x minus. Yes, Michael? Yes, ask.
What is that negative function?
Because remember, she's asking you, asking why that changed. Remember you got negative y, n minus m. Just take you one step back. What is 2 minus 3? Huh? Negative 1. If you swap this around, it's going to become minus 3 plus 2. What's minus 3 plus 2? But if you take out negative as a common factor here, you will have 3 minus 2. What's 3 minus 2? Times negative? Negative. You see, this is all the same. So what we do is we say, okay, remember in mathematics, we don't change the value of anything. Okay, we're only simplifying. That's why maths is so easy. No? So if you got x minus y, and I swap this around, what would it become? Minus y plus x. You take out negative as a common factor, what's going to happen? Becomes y minus x. So you see, if you swap this around, a negative comes out. Can you see that? You all see? So if we take that into account here, and I swap this around, the negative must come out. That negative that comes out times this negative becomes a positive. You understand? Hence, this here, swap it around, a negative comes out, making that negative a positive. You understand? And that is why that has to be positive. People, I've given you this paper. You haven't completed this paper yet, no? So for Monday, I expect you to have completed the rest of the paper. Okay? People, enjoy the weekend. Good morning, class.